Hi folks, July 1st is rapidly approaching. Here in Nova Scotia, everybody's really excited because July 1st we get a minimum 15 cent per litre increase in the cost of gas, and it's not going away as long as the current government stays in Ottawa. So every single thing we do in Nova Scotia is about to go up in price. If you thought food prices were bad now, give it another month or two. You're going to receive it's going to be a shock, a system shock. And are we saving the earth? So we're paying an additional carbon tax. Why? So that's a good question. So I don't want to give you answers. I'm going to give you some data. You can figure this stuff out on your own. So right now in Canada, on an annual basis, all industry and all human beings combined, we produce about 1.34 trillion pounds of CO2 on an annual basis. Latest government statistics 2023. Sounds like a lot, but it's not, because the biggest advantage that Canada has is we have 318 billion trees, which is more 2023 government data. And each of those 318 billion trees, once again, according to the same government, tells us it absorbs 48 pounds of carbon dioxide on average. So if you have 48 pounds of carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide per tree, and we have 318 billion trees, well, that adds up to 15 trillion 264 billion pounds of CO2 get removed from the atmosphere in Canada annually with nobody lifting a finger. That's done by trees. Trees are nature's number one way to remove CO2. As a matter of fact, plants have to have CO2 to survive. So it only requires less than 9% of all the trees we have to suck up all the CO2 that we produce in Canada as humans. So for anyone to tell you that you have to pay an additional tax to reduce the amount of CO2 that's going into the atmosphere, we could increase the amount of CO2 we produce in Canada by tenfold, and we still have enough trees to absorb it all and still be a carbon dump. So come time to fill up your gas tank here on July 1st or any time thereafter, when you're standing at a gas pump and $100 still doesn't fill your tank, where not that long ago $50 filled it, you need to ask yourself some of these questions. Why are we paying a carbon tax? Where is the money going? Who's making decisions on what it's being spent on? The government promised an extra 2 billion trees, not that it makes a big difference when we already have 318 billion of them. So the reality of it is, guys, is that your ever eroding dollar is going to be eroded quite a bit more here in a few more days. And the person that you can thank for that, he's a rich guy up in Ottawa, and it's not going to affect him one little bit. Anyways, think about that and enjoy the rest of the summer, and happy Canada Day.